In the year 1984, I was invited to speak at a small church in a village in South India. In India, they have wonderful traditions. During the Good Friday Easter season, they have 3 days of meetings in the churches. And they'll have a special speaker who's invited, and they'll have morning services, afternoon services, evening services. And the people are encouraged to save up money and to bring their little earthen banks where they put all the money to the church for Easter Sunday. So usually every family will have an earthen pot where they put money and save up for a year. And then they bring this pot as an offering to God on Easter Sunday. So that particular Easter, the whole church, the front pew, the stage, they will line from one end to another end with all these earthen pots. So when I walk into the church, I saw all these earthen pots. I thought to myself, what a generous, wonderful people these church members are. They are so kind, they are so generous. So I was seated in one corner, waiting for the worship to end and waiting for the pastor to introduce me. And as the worship was going on, I saw the Lord Jesus walked into the church from the back of the church, and he came briskly walking into the church with white straps and with a big long whip in his hand. And he walked right up to me and he said, "Tell them this, I'm rejecting all the offerings that these people have brought to me." And using the whip, he went up and he just whipped every one of the clay pots and they broke. Of course, they didn't naturally break, but in the spirit I saw all those clay pots broken to pieces. So that was my Easter Sunday message. So the first thing the Lord Jesus did when he entered Jerusalem, he cleansed the temple. He got rid of all traditionalists and all these church leaders who were putting up barriers for the people to come to meet him. The lame were not allowed into the church. The seekers were not allowed into the church. Those who needed a blessing or a healing or a miracle from the Lord were not allowed into the temple. They were kept out. So who are allowed in? Those who had money. Those who were seekers of fame. Those who were seekers of blessings. Those who were seekers of pride, position, titles, they were all allowed in. Whereas the true seekers were kept out of the temple. And the Lord Jesus whipped out everyone out of the temple. And then he said, "My house shall be called a house of prayer." See, that is the original pattern of a church. A church should be a house of prayer.